Yeah, we missed a week, so I think as the founder of the business, Karl, I think you should send out an apology now if you want to just get through that to explain why we didn't.
Mate? I mean, you decided to have holiday.
I think it's important for everyone to know why we weren't around our hundreds of thousands of followers, not understanding why our vlog didn't go out last week. Netflix
and chill with Karl and Chad.
I can't get it to work.
Oh my god. Press the on button, mate.
Alright.
The big red one.
So this week, we've decided to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
By putting a plant there and you wearing your
teddy
bear
jumper.
hoodie.
It's gonna look cool, mate.
Do you think it's sort of
Same with the kids.
business savvy? Do we think that...
Mate, you go every week for the Phil and Grant Mitchell look, mate, so you can't put any shit from there, mate, so I think you should get back in your box. But no, take two.
Are you suggesting you didn't hit record first time round?
I hit record and then someone phoned me and I didn't realise it would kill the video. So we'll go again, Joe. We were experts, mate, professionals.
Okay.
We're fine.
Right.
So I think it kind of cuts off somewhere where I'm talking about how we're going to change it up. And I think have a bi-weekly vlog and then a bi-weekly podcast vlog. So I think we're keen to speak to sort of leaders and directors and heads of from sort of anything from enterprise businesses through to mid-cap through to SMEs, but also then sort of seeing if we can get some of the Southwest sort of startup and high growth tech organisations to come along and talk. So I think as we're speaking to people we know, we can start having those conversations.
And am I right in saying we're now on Spotify?
Mate, Spotify, Apple, mate. I had a phone call the other week and people want to advertise on it, mate. They're that popular. It is.
Is that because we've got so many followers?
That's what it is.
That's amazing.
I know, mate. Kind of like just for men we're wanting to advertise and all things like that. So I'm fighting them off, mate, to be fair. Fighting them off.
Brilliant. Okay.
So I think the things I was keen to talk about this week was, it echoes a little bit what we've spoken about, but there is definitely momentum in the market. August was our best month on record for 2020.
Yep.
The last 2 weeks, we've booked the most amount of interviews week over week, and we're seeing that growing. Job flow is up week over week, month over month as well. And there feels to be almost a bit of an excitement out in the market now. More companies are wanting to hire. You're going to talk a little bit about some of the types of roles we're seeing, which I think is really good. But overall, there is some real positivity out there. I think one of the things we're seeing, though, and we're experiencing it and we're hearing it a lot from candidates out in the market, and it's probably a bit of advice to both clients and candidates, is just making sure you've gone through all of the due diligence to be able to make the hire. As we're finding out from candidates, they're involved in interview processes that might normally take 4 weeks, but they seem to be going on for 6-8 weeks. And maybe then clients aren't necessarily finding they've got all of the relevant approval they need to be able to actually make the offer. So I think clients really need to be thinking of their employer brand in that situation, because like I said, the market is still tough from a candidate shortage perspective in terms of tech skills. And I think employers can't lose sight of that, because we were getting really good at having slick recruitment processes and being able to compete in the market for this talent, whereas that is still the case. And I think if you let your foot off the gas on that, from all the hard work the ecosystem's been doing, I think people are going to struggle.
Yeah, and I agree with that, because we're talking to a lot of candidates, and particularly at the senior end, who are applying for 4 or 5, maybe even 6 roles, and they just go away. They never hear from it. They fall into that recruitment black hole. It's and you kind of get the sense that companies, like you say, aren't geared up for actually doing the piece of work, or not got the sign off correctly, and they kind of feel like they should be interviewing, but there's no momentum and there's no actual official sort of timings of when they want to get the person on by, when the first stage interviews are happening. So there seems to be that feel of fishing around a little bit. And again, a bit like what we were saying about the blog that I brought out about counter offers, it works both ways. It's not necessarily covers only counter offers, but also talks about the candidate journey. The candidate journey is still important. If a company does not recruit because it just goes away or they don't come back to them, they'll always be remembered.
Yeah.
And candidates, very much like the blog said, you know, if they get counter offered, we get referrals from CTOs, CIOs, we get requests for referrals. Do you know X?
Mm-hmm.
We're potentially going to take them on. And it's such a small market, both from a candidate and client point of view, to make sure that you're actually doing it with the degree of honesty and commitment behind it, irrespective of whether you're going for a job or you're hiring someone.
Definitely.
But yeah, from my side of things, I've seen a sort of change up in what I thought might happen in Q1 and Q2 next year. Is I'm seeing more transformational business transformation roles, a lot more forward-thinking roles. So sort of senior PMO roles, business analyst roles coming through. As I say, digital transformation kind of roles. So this is nice to see that companies are actually thinking about forward, where their company wants to be now, and maybe finish shoring up all those operational roles and looking forward now.
Because initially when we were speaking to clients, you said we weren't expecting to see these roles put into at least Q1, maybe even Q2. So to be seeing these already in Q3 of this year, I mean, it's great. It's great news.
It's great to see. Yeah.
Definitely.
Great, that's it, I think, so far.
Definitely.
Have we covered everything?
I think we have, and let's hope it's recorded.